Tonight with breaking news of a fast-moving wildfire that has burned more than 1,500 acres south of Lake Billy Chinook near Crooked River Ranch. Level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation notices are in place tonight, impacting hundreds of families. Thanks for joining us. I'm Genevieve Rayome. Fire officials have named this the Alder Springs Fire as it's burning near Deschutes Creek, just north of the Alder Springs trailhead. On this map, you can see Lake Billy Chinook to the north. The south of that is the fire, and then just east is the Deschutes River there. On the other side of that Deschutes River, a big ridge and dense neighborhoods. Some of those neighborhoods under level 3 go now notices tonight. Darrell Wenninger is going to cover those evacuation zones more in depth here shortly. But we do have new video in tonight from the area. You can see shortly here lines of cars getting out of town, and also a heavy air response earlier this evening. Helicopters and planes making their rounds, trying to help those on the ground get a handle on the quick-moving flames. We did have a chance to talk with a few of the evacuees earlier this evening, leaving behind their homes, unsure what they'll come back to.
I'm kind of nervous. It's getting too close. Never seen a fire like this close on the ranch, so it's a little nerve-wracking.
I had to find the cat and make sure I got her because she hides. So I got them and I turned on all of my hoses full bore. So we'll see.
And further complicating the evacuation process is this, a rollover crash near Shad and Mustang. Our photographer on scene noting it backed up traffic in an already very tense situation. There is a temporary evacuation point that has been established at Highland Baptist Church in Redmond, and people with large animals can also go to the Deschutes County Fairgrounds, or Over the Edge Tap House was also offering space as a staging area for animals. You just need to bring your own portable corrals there. We want to get to Cassidy Kern now, the Public Information Officer for the Central Oregon Fire Management Service. We've got her on the phone. And Cassidy, first thing is we are hearing that this fire has possibly jumped the Deschutes River, putting hundreds of families, if not more, in more imminent danger. Are you able to confirm that it has actually jumped the river?
Unfortunately, it has jumped across the Deschutes River, yes.
And so what do we know about those homes that are right on top of that ridge?
Importantly, firefighters are going to be then getting into the place where they have better access to the fire. Right now, or all day long, they've really been challenged because of the steep and very rugged terrain and just really lack of access. So we've had 3 crews that have been going direct wherever they can, like right along the fire's edge and putting in fire line to contain the fire. They've been really challenged by that west wind that has continued to push the fire east. I will say that the Rowena fire, north in the gorge, released a hotshot crew that is coming onto the fire tonight. If they're able to engage tonight, they will. If they're needed to engage tonight, they will. But I talked to fire managers about an hour ago and just really hailed the immense cooperative effort that we have between the federal firefighters with U.S. Forest Service and BLM. But really noted how important it was to have that lower bridge, Rangeland Fire Protection Association working, and they've gotten a lot of successes. They've just been really instrumental in actually trying to make some anchor points and try to work and pinch this off and contain the fire.
So we know there are dense neighborhoods right on that ridge on the east side of the Deschutes River, which the fire is now burning. Do you know how close the flames are to those homes?
You know, I don't have that information. I know that it's continuing to move. The good thing that we have in place is that, again, with those local municipalities, the Deschutes County, Jefferson County, the Sheriff's Office are working very closely along with fire managers, and all of those municipal fire departments from, Madras and Culver and Bend and everywhere else are really kind of crashing on this fire to go in. And they've been working on the wildland fire part, but as soon as, the need is the greatest, they're going to switch to structure protection. So you really have your community members working on in the direction of point protection, structure protection. And so as that gets closer to those homes, they're going to pivot from that wildland initial attack and direct attack to do structure protection.
And that 1,500 acre number was released several hours ago. With it crossing the Deschutes River, I have to imagine it's grown. Do you guys have any other estimates as far as how big this fire is right now?
We don't. I think that we're still going with the 1,500 at this point, and right now, really the focus is less on updating the acreage and more understanding and cooperating with those, again, those structure protection units. Again, that great cooperation from federal, state, local, to make sure that we can protect people's homes and public infrastructure.
And do we know anything about the cause of this fire?
We, at this point, it is still under investigation.
Okay. Have you heard from any of the evacuation zones? We know there are several in place, but are they being used tonight?
You know, I have not heard. I think at this point, because even though it did start earlier today, was reported, I was just looking at this at 9:40 in the morning. This has been really pretty fast moving, and particularly since it's June 16th. I mean, I think that this is really an unfortunate sign of where we are as far as the dryness of our fuels, how receptive everything is to ignition at this point. And I think that we're going to get some moderated temperatures tonight, potentially some increased relative humidities that will hopefully help our firefighters get some more direct access on that fire. But tomorrow is going to be really similar to today. The fire is going to continue to move east. We're going to continue to see some of that wind push out of the west. So really our focus right now is on, again, those structure protection and containing the fire where we can.
Okay, going to be a long night for those fire crews and a tense night for everyone in those neighborhoods. Cassidy Kern, the Public Information Officer with the Central Oregon Fire Management Service, thank you for joining us. We'll continue to publish any other updates that you release tonight.